So this climb is Bicolored Python. It's a 5.8 plus in Clear Creek Canyon in Colorado. The first bolt you can reach from the ground because the first move is probably the crux, just a little burly getting off the ground. It's a slightly overhung move. I thought it was going to be harder than it was because once you grab that double hander at the top there, you can see it's pretty much all over. Second bolt comes pretty quickly on this one, and notice they're glue-in type bolts on this, which is not the most common in Clear Creek in Colorado. Most of them are traditional bolts with hangers. The third bolt on this route requires a little bit of attention. It's quite a distance from the second bolt. You see, I still haven't got to it. And it's one of those cases where you don't want to reach up to clip too high unless you're comfortable. And notice that my right foot is super comfortable. My left foot looks pretty good now. I can grab something, there it is, that big right. And now I can reach up and clip, but blowing off that foothold while you reach up there would not be good. You're quite a ways above the ground and quite a ways above your second clip, so there's a good chance you would be very, very close to the ground if you came off there, and any slack in the system would probably put your butt on the ground. Fun little problem trying to get around this jutting piece of rock. None of this climb was particularly hard. Like I say, once you got past the start, it was kind of a walk up. Here comes the next bolt. You can see that. So I'm just getting myself nice and stable, wondering how I'm going to do this move. And then when I touch the bolt, you see that means I know I can clip it, and I'm very comfortable. I have a great solid right hand. So, although I don't recommend clipping above you, if you are on a solid stance, then there's no problem with that. Just make sure that you're absolutely solid and you won't fall because, of course, again, reaching up introduces more rope into the system and therefore a greater fall distance. If you look down, you see I'm completely clean. If I did fall off there on the fourth bolt, I'd be fine. It would be a fair old ride, but I'd be fine. There's a nice rest, 2 feet on that little diving board sticking out there. Not particularly strenuous. This is just our warm-up, and I was testing out my new camera rig. I got like a backpack thing that I made. You can see it in that shot. That's holding the 360 camera. I tried covering it up with my red backpack, but that clearly was not working. So I'll be trying a different backpack next time. One more bolt. And I could clip it here, but it's not the most comfortable spot, so I'm just going to keep going, and I'm trying not to clip above me unless I have to, or feel that it's fine. So here it is, quite low, and it's actually low and kind of awkward, and I end up just clipping the carabiner onto the rope directly rather than the rope into the gate of the carabiner. The nice thing about clipping low is your belayer doesn't have to pay anything out while you clip. If you're always clipping above you, your belayer has to work doubly hard because they have to pay out tons of slack every time you reach up to clip, and then as you climb up to that bolt, they're taking slack in, and then when you pass the bolt, they're paying it out again, and then next bolt comes up quick, and they're reaching out, you're reaching up, and they're throwing rope out again. You know, if you just clip kind of around kind of belly button height or around about there, you know, a little bit above, then the belayer doesn't really have to do very much. They just pay a little bit of slack out, you clip, carry on. can see down on the left there the ice in the river at the bottom of Clear Creek Canyon. Before the sun got on the crag, it was really quite chilly, so you can see I'm wearing like a hoodie to climb this route. But once the sun got on us, oh my goodness, it got so hot you wouldn't believe that. This was a middle of the winter day. I think this was the solstice we were climbing on, and it was so hot by the end of the day. It was absolutely gorgeous. Cold down at the bottom, but once you hike up that hill you're pretty warm, and then you take your jacket off, and as soon as that sun hits that rock face, oh, it's so nice. Colorado is such a great place to climb in the winter. And there's the anchors at the top of the climb. These are mussy hooks. Notice they both face the same way. Typically we oppose the gates, but on mussy hooks they both face the same way. And I'm totally comfortable, so I'm hands off here and just clipping both gates. And as soon as I get those through, I give the thumbs up to my belayer to take. And we're going to lower down. Another super fun climb in Clear Creek Canyon.